Okay, updating the tools a little bit, and we wanted to show you guys a little bit about the new sander. And this is made by RIDGID. It's one of Home Depot's tools they carry. And so we stopped there and we bought one. I said, let's go ahead and pick up something a little bit different. Now, one of the story I had about this one here, and what happened is I was using the wind and I was cutting a piece of wood and I got it down over top like something like this here, you know, and then down over top, and then I kind of let go of it for some reason. I was just tired. And it went spinning around and it busted the belt in it. But it still works, it just spins. Okay, so but I'm going to go ahead and order a belt for it, because most of the tools that I get, if I can fix it, I fix them. I don't just go out and keep buying them, but I'll get fixed because it's going to be a good sander for a lot of other things that we do. It's a little rough running, but other than that, it performs very well. I do like that deck on this one here. It's you can work up kind of close to it. It's not a big deck, it's not sticking out over top or anything, but it also only has just the drums on it, the drum disc on it. We did buy, I went up and bought sandpaper for this one, and I bought a brand new box. I've had this thing, way over a year, maybe 2 years now, and this is a brand new box that I bought extra. And you get, I think it's like $20, something like that. You bought the whole thing. It's like 3 sets that fits on the wind. Now I can use the same paper for this here too, so I can use it. I've actually put the drum on top of these on this here, so I can use both of them. The port on the back of it, when it comes to the wind, is a really small port, so you have to have something to kind of reduce it. I had to have a reducer on it to go into the back of a shop vac, because I have the RIDGID shop vac. I have a couple RIDGID tools that I don't mind using. I've never had any problem with them. Okay, so we decided to pick this up because it had the belt sander and it also had the drum. So we actually got something a little bit different. It costs a little bit more. You got a few $100s extra more in your cost, you know, but you know, you're buying another tool, so you're buying 2 tools into one. So if you're starting out, you're doing this stuff, and you know, you might need a belt. You might need belt sanding. There might be some flat things you want to sand, and that'd be a good thing to have. This runs a lot smoother when you turn this on. It's a lot quieter than what the wind is. Let me see. Got a little vibration up here on some of my stuff, but other than that, it sounds pretty quiet. I mean, for a sander, you know what I'm saying. But then you know, it's kind of hard to get used to such a big table, but we'll eventually get used to it. I don't want to make it a habit that when I start doing sanding on it, that especially with the drum, because I know it's built, the big table's mostly probably built for using this here. But for the drum, you know, I really didn't want to. Well, the big table's not really what I like, because you know, you have a tendency to kind of lean on it when you're doing your projects if you're doing something small. But I do a lot of drum, use a lot of drum here because I have other sanders. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and start here in the front, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the front here. What we have is a nice, like I said, nice big table. We have a knob over here, and this turns this. Okay, and I do like the way that comes down like that, because if you're moving this around, you know, it keeps the disc falling out. Now these discs are just, I'll show you what they look like. They're just a big chunk of rubber here, and then of course your sandpaper just kind of fits over top like that. And you can buy different size sandpaper, like grit, softer. Depends on what type of wood you're using. If you're using something really soft like pine, you might want something a little bit finer than coarse. Coarse, if you have coarse sandpaper, it's going to be a lot heavier, like the belt does. But you get to pack it up like this, and then over here on the sides, on both sides, there's a nice big handle. So I'd probably carry it from the back, be less sticking out on you, you know, in the back. It does have its adjustment. Well, you can. Is it going to go back in here now? Okay. You can also. Oh, there's adjustment right here. Kind of, if you wanted to level your table out, and it's not level. When I got it, it was like that. It was level. It was pretty decent. And you can adjust. There's a couple screws on the back side back here that you can set and slide this bracket back and forth. So we can click into this. Now it will do different angles. So if you're doing it into a couple of different angles, you can probably do it like a 30-degree angle, maybe 22 or 22, 33 or something like that. Clear down to the bottom down here to 45, where you're going to cut like this. Now the belt sander will probably be better than the drum. I don't know, the drum ain't really made for 45. You can, but if you put that belt sander on there, you can get that down really nice, cut some nice edges. Okay, The downfall on this thing I thought I didn't like too much is two different things here on the front. Is this right here. There's a long bolt, because this is all metal right here. And this is cast. It looks like it's plastic, but no, it's a cast. There's a bolt runs from here all the way through this other side. Okay? Clear over here. And it's like a big carriage bolt. Okay? Well, this is plastic. It's all plastic here. Okay? So, you gotta be careful. Now, you gotta be real careful that you don't tighten this up too much, because if you break it, I could see in there in myself, right in here, that if you break that plastic, I don't know, you probably just have to go ahead and get a new one. Because I don't know if they would just sell you the housing on it like this, or it would be cheap enough. It'd probably be as much as a sander would. Now, another thing I didn't really care for too much is the way they the safety. If I want to take a safety out, I can't get my finger down in there to pop this yellow piece out. So, you know, kids or nobody couldn't turn it on. That should have been cut out a little bit further out here, just to make it easier and more accessible. And then, of course, to turn it off and on, you have to kind of put your finger. Turn on what I can hand it. You have to kind of put your finger. So if you got big fingers, I mean, I don't know how you would get it. Maybe like that or something if you had big fingers, because you wouldn't be clicking underneath of it. That's for sure. Okay. Right. Now we have the drum, and of course there's, like I said, there's a couple different ones here. They do have these inserts in here. I do like them to be metal instead of plastic, but the reason why the wind's plastic like that, because the wind has little holes here, and that allows your air to go through it whenever you run the vac onto it to keep down the dust. So like little dust ports, I want to call it for that. That's what the wind has on it. And then of course I'm losing everything. Of course, the wind has the metal. These are metal here, these ones. And of course, they come in different sizes. And you got some different sizes. So, depends on which one you use. So, if I use a bigger drum, of course, I'm going to get a bigger insert to put in it. So, this all should fit like that. And then a nice bigger insert in it like that. Okay? Let's take this stuff off to the side. I really don't need it right now. Now they did design it. I thought this was pretty cool here. This comes off, right? This little insert, I thought that was pretty neat because they put little stubs in it. I call it little stubs. And you can go on this side and use an Allen wrench and stick in there. And then when you do that, when you press down it like this, you can get it level this way. So you can, each one of those, you can tilt that whatever way you would like and make it level. I haven't done anything really too much. I just went ahead and started it. Of course, you got a little place right here. You put your finger. If you, like I say, you got a big finger, you might have a problem. You just have to pull up here. Okay. So, now let's go with the belt sander. I do like the belt sander. I think that's pretty neat how they got that on there. There's a downfall on the belt sander I really didn't like too much is this piece of plastic right here. It looks like it's gonna end up breaking. I don't know why. I just got that feeling, so I'm gonna look online and see through the company if they make these. If they make them because they're made out of plastic, sometimes they make things out of plastic. They'll make a few and they'll sell them. I'm gonna pick up a couple because I know I'm gonna break that piece of plastic. And all it is, it's a guide, and it kind of holds it in right up in here. It holds this in, so it doesn't go back and forth. Okay. The bottom, it's a nice metal, like cast metal. The top is all cast metal here. That's real nice. Now on these things they do have seal bearings, so if you have trouble with them, you don't have to run off to RIDGID and try to find bearings, because sometimes their customer service might not be what you're looking for. Just go ahead and take some numbers off of their measurements and then just go on eBay or Amazon. You can order those. So I see bearings here can be replaced, bearings up here, and then also bearings on this front wheel. Both of them, front and back, both have bearings in them. Okay, we just stick it down. I don't know, I see it online. Some people can just stick this sander right down in there. I have a lot more problem with mine. There. And it kind of clicks in like that. And then of course you got the bolt up here that goes lefty to tight it or right to loose it. Used to be lefty loosey and righty tighty. This one's a little bit backwards, you can see. They did also give you a little bump guard or guide, that's what you want to call it. There's another bolt here if I can find it. I ain't gonna find it right now. It's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Things are falling everywhere today. And then, of course, the screw goes on this side over here. Turn around this way a little bit. And it just kind of sets right here. So, if you're sanding and you're going to sand something, it allows you to hit this because that's the direction where it's going to go in. You know, you don't have to use that. If you want to hold on to it, like if you've got a big piece, you know, a big piece you're cutting, you can take that off of there. Yeah, if you're doing a small piece, you probably want that. Keep you from just, you know, shooting that piece of wood right off the table there, hitting somebody. Now, when I got it there on top here, there is a directional. It tells you which way this thing rotates. Okay, so just remember when you buy sandpaper for these things, and you look inside of this thing, there's arrows on it. You see the arrows. A lot of people don't pay much attention to them arrows. That's just called directional, and that's the way they would want you to put that belt on. I try to do everything with the manufacturer tells you. Now I had that upside down because it came with it upside down before. I just stuck it back on there. Okay, and then we tighten it back up here. Now this knob here is to align it, do the alignment like this. So your paper would come up on the wheel, and you turn it this way, it'll go down. Turn it this way, it'll go up and down like that. Nice, really nice machine. I think it's very clean. Let me go ahead and move it off here. Here's your port on the back of this one. As you can see, it will use a. This is a rigid shop vac, so it's just a regular shop vac. It'll just slide right in there, real nice. So if you got a shop vac, you have no problem, and you don't have to worry about no, you know, connectors or anything, reducers to connect it together. So RIDGID did something. They made sure the tools connected together. Okay, we have a place here in the back, and that's where I was doing just a few minutes ago, and that is for this thing here. And it doesn't connect in, it doesn't like lock in there, it just sits in there. Now I kind of wish it would have locked in there a little bit instead of just kind of sit there, like if you had a stud or something went down through here to kind of hold that in there. But it doesn't have anything like that, it just kind of sits there. I don't like that too much. If you're going to move it around, just make sure you take this thing off first and then move that table. Just remember that. Let me get it turned back around so you can see it. So I think it's going to be a very good sander. I don't think I'm going to have too much trouble at all. Just kind of take care of it like everything else, you know what I'm saying? But you decide. You guys starting out doing woodworking, this could be something pretty decent, even though it's a little bit more expensive than what the RIDGID is. Like I said, I think a few more $100 and different in price, but I can't put that on yet. But I think it's worth it because, like I said, you're not just getting one sander, you're getting two. So if you got a small shop, that's what you want. You want two sands, trying to get them two into one. That way, you know, you don't have so many tools around. But we're going to get the RIDGID fixed, like I said, and then we're going to go ahead and start using this one here. I did do some cutting on it. It works really well, and I think it's smooth. It's got plenty of power. I have not stopped this from spinning. So I don't think there's anything we need to go any bigger for right now. Maybe later on in the future we'll look for something a little bit more industrial or commercial or something, because we're always looking around to improve our tools to make things a lot easier and make our job quicker, because I can't see where a person has enough sanders. With the sanders, your job goes a lot faster and it does it a lot easier than it is to try to sand things by hand. So you can look at your RIDGID. Now, I don't know if I did show you that one day, right? Pack it up, just like that. Now I carry it on back like this. Just tighten that back up. Because it's that piece is back here. You know, that belt sander, or that belt part. And if you're back this way, maybe kind of hold it. But like that. So if you're looking for a nice little sander, maybe take a look at this and do some reviews. There's a lot of people online have these, and I found some very, very good positive reviews online. I was really surprised how many people that has left reviews about this. I haven't heard too many bad things. Maybe their warranty's not that good. They tell you it's a lifetime, and sometimes that's not always the way it goes. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys out, and maybe you'll buy a RIDGID. Like I said, they're not paying me for this stuff. I'm just doing it because I like to help people out and give them a little bit of advice. Maybe something I use that they'll take it and maybe buy the same thing, or it'll help them out to make a decision. Okay, that's it for today's video. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and leave a thumbs up. Appreciate that. And thank you for all your support. You guys have a great day and be safe.